Hi there, guys. So I wanted to talk a bit about alignment. Are you on the right path? Are you following your intuition? Are you following your even what your body's saying to you? So I'm saying that and I feel like I need a nap. But I felt like I wanted to touch on this because I wrote it down before doing the video, "The Path of My Highest Joy," and Abraham Hicks talks about this. You're going to attract literally your best life once you learn about law of attraction if you are following that you are doing the uh, the path of your highest joy. So I just want to present that. Are you doing what you want to be doing? Are you following that? Are you doing your pursuing your highest joy? Or is there some reason that you were not, or you hadn't thought about it? You're doing what you thought you needed to be doing, as opposed to going, that just makes me plain happy. I mean, I'll tell you right now, I've got a singer here. Like, I've got a photography business. I have a camera in my hands. I go out into nature. I take pictures. I'm above and beyond lit up. Like, it lights me up so much. I travel. I meet new people. I photograph nature. Do all that sort of stuff. I'm like, lights me up above and beyond. And it's just like, you got to be doing more of the things that make you happy, bring more joy into your life. Um, and as far as being, you're always technically on your path, but I've heard some people saying, "Oh, I want to line up the highest possible timeline, highest possible timeline." Well, then pursue your joy. What's your highest joy? Do you know what I mean? Like, what brings you the most joy? If you like helping people, help more people. If you enjoy, it could be anything. You enjoy playing soccer, go play more soccer. You enjoy whatever your thing is, whatever you're finding, and you'll find. And I'm talking about all the different areas. I just feel I need to fill in the blank. I feel drawn to fill in the blank without getting that, like, stop when like the logic goes to kick in of the yeah but, you know what I mean? Oh, I just want to travel the world. I just feel so called to it. My soul, my being, my body is just going, I just want to travel. I want to explore. I want to have incredible experiences. And that's just what I want to do. End it there. Don't get into the yeah, but how will I do this and that? If you follow that and you listen to that, I mean, path of your highest joy. And everything happened for a reason. I came across, I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but this is, I guess, all coming out to talk about a little bit of a video on Moldavite. And I've been working with Moldavite. And a guy the other day, I thought it was interesting. He lived in the States and he used to work as a waiter in Chile, at Chili's, sorry. And he talked about how everything was great in his life, and then Moldavite came along and it shook things way up, but it aligned him to a path of much, much higher joy. And in this case, I thought it was interesting because he said the relationship he was in was good, his roommate was great, he actually loved being a waiter, and he was working up to management. What ends up happening, he gets his hands on some Moldavite, the job starts feeling terrible, the roommate starts treating him badly, the girlfriend starts cheating on him. Everything across the board just got completely shook up. What ends up happening, he ends up leaving all that behind, starts selling crystals, and becomes a full-time YouTuber. And he's engaged. So I mean, like, across the board, wiped clean, boom, here's a far better life. Here you go. So, apparently that came up to discuss. Might probably do a video about Moldavite on another one. But are you following the path of your highest joy? Not what you logically think you need to be doing, or what others are telling you. You just need to do this. You just need to do that. You don't need anyone's permission to do what you want to do with your life. And if you're worried about resources and, well, oh, I want to do this, but how can I do that? How can I fund that? I've always wanted to do this. How can I do that? You would decide. Number one, decide. Okay, no matter what, I just have to do this. It is being expressed through me. It's coming forth through me to be expressed into the world for a reason. I mean, I'm talking about real joy. Like, your face looks like it's being stretched. I've smiled joy, and that could be anything. If you're one of these people who are going, you just want X and Y, Z, or you just want a certain. I'm thinking of a former coaching client. She met like her dream man, and I see pictures and it looks like somebody's stretching her face into a smile. She's so happy, like pulling it. It's over the top. But for her, she wanted so strongly, that was, I think, one of her number ones was Path of Highest Joy. She wanted that partner. She wanted that relationship. So it's like, of course, pursue that. What is it for you? What is your highest joy? Even write a list. This sounds so lame, but I'll throw it out there. There was a former, I think he was YouTube. I think it was a YouTube employee. Might have been Google. Well, Google owns YouTube. What ended up happening, this guy lost his job, and it was right before the launch of something new in the company, and he literally lost millions, okay, by doing this. So what ends up happening, to pull himself out of the funk, he wrote down a list of everything that made him happy and brought him joy, and he just decided to start doing more of the things on the list, like a big page, and just start doing it and doing it. And with law of attraction, some of the teachings of Abraham Hicks, you would be literally raising your vibration through the roof because you are embodying that joy, and you're just going to be pulling more to you that makes you happy. And let's face it, what's the point of our life experience here? We are here to learn lessons, but 99, like literally everything you're pursuing for the most part, either it was programmed into you, either it was conditioned into you, either you were listening to other people, TV, movies, media, you name it, television, or that all clears and you're just going, you know what, I just want to be happy and I want to pursue my dream, X, Y, and Z. What is it I've always wanted to do? And eventually you'll probably reach that point where there's no more, I don't want to say excuses, but there's no more, yeah, but you just go, no, I have to be doing this for my soul. My soul is like really demanding it. Like, no, you're going to go and do this. We might have redirected you a bit, but no, this is what you really love to do. It brings you so much joy. It's time you do it. You just go and do it. So yeah, I felt really drawn to discussing that and just bringing that up on here on the YouTubes. So let me know if that resonates for you. And I'm also going to do a video about when I talk about even joy of lighting you up. Is it a hell yes or is it a hell no? That can go even as far as is it a, I'm going to say it because that's way more. Is it a fuck yes or a fuck no? I talk about path of highest joy. That is going to be such an indicator. How are you feeling in your body? What's your intuition telling you? And as far as if it's a fuck yes or a fuck no, you know how much something lights you up. I've talked about it on other videos. Pay attention to that. If you're having a day, maybe everyone's had those days, something's going on, you feel crummy, what can you be doing that you know will just take you like through the roof? Like, oh my God, it feels so much better. It feels so much better. What are your fuck yeses? Do you know what I mean? And then setting that standard. And this, I'll be honest, it's jarring me a bit when I talk about it at times, and because it's almost like you're giving yourself permission to reach so much higher, and not going by what other people were expecting or what their standards were, that you're able to be like, yeah, but this is what I want up here. And I mean everything. I've talked to a couple friends about this, and we talk about the people we're friends with, and putting your standards way higher for your friendships, for the people you're dating, for maybe you want to up your standards for your environment. There's no reason if you are shaping your story and you get to co-create your reality, that you couldn't say, I'm going from one joyful experience to another. I'm not saying you're going to be able to completely sidestep pain and suffering or anything in your life. But I will say the one coach I had mentioned suffering was optional, and I thought that was interesting. Yeah, is it, you will know so clearly, is it Is it a hard? No, I don't want to say hard. It is. The word is fuck. Is it a fuck yes or a fuck no? Because when you are using that word in that frame of mind, it is like a, wow, like yeah, let's do it. That's what I want right there, right there. That's what I want, as opposed to, it seems nice. If you hold out for that higher level in all the areas of your life, it's giving you permission to fully go for what you really want, not what, well, I think I could get this, or, and I also feel I need to touch on this. Just because something shows up doesn't mean you even have to say yes to it. Do you know what I mean? You are very abundant. We're in a very abundant, prosperous universe, very benevolent. So you will have opportunities come to you. And I mean, I mentioned this to a buddy of mine the other day. I said, do you realize opportunities were literally chasing you down? Someone was trying to literally kept pushing and chasing him down. You should go and do this, what was it, insurance was the career. You should go into this. I'm telling you, you should go into this. You'd be so great at it. And I mean, it wasn't a hell yes for him. So he went, no, that's not for me. That's not for me. So you get to decide what is right for you. What is your intuition saying? How much is it lighting you up? Does it feel good in your body? Do you know what I mean? If it looks good on paper, but then you're going, oh man, when I was in talks with that job and I just started feeling nauseous about it, and that's your body communicating with you, going, and it doesn't look how good it looks on paper doesn't matter, because if you say no, better will show up. And when I say better, I do mean better, but also more aligned with you. Do you know what I mean? And that goes on everything, every area. I mean, I love the one Kyle Cease talked about it on his YouTube channel. If he turned down a certain level of money, say, I don't know, what was it he turned down? If it was, say, $1 million opportunity, multi-million dollars would show up. And what you're paying attention to? What brings me the highest joy? Do I feel expansive? Am I going to grow from this? Does this feel good? Do you know what I mean? It's a totally different way to live, totally different mindset, and it comes down to like you are going to be living your best life when you are happy, when you're enjoying your life, when you're enjoying what you're doing, enjoying your day to day, not just hey, this looks good on Instagram. How do you feel in your body? How do you feel on a day to day? This is why I brought up certain things in the one last video about like your health. But not just your health, your wellness. Do you know what I mean? Who cares if you're, wow, that's an attractive body. How does it feel to be in it? Do you know what I mean? Do you feel good? Are you mentally feeling good? Are you feeling happy? Did you feel you had to suffer to get into certain shape? Or do you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking inside, outside. I'm sure we've all seen examples of people who are radiating health, but also radiating happiness. And I feel like that's something really, that should be a standard that we have, that should just be a standard. If that's not optional, since when it's not optional, if I want to feel good, I want to feel fantastic, I want joy oozing out of my pores, I want love and light just oozing out of every area of my life, just abundance galore. So I can leave it there. I probably will have a lot more videos where it just kind of flows out of me of what to talk about. Sometimes I wake up and it's there. Yeah, really just pursue what you want. Sometimes it's old conditioning, possibly, but give yourself a permission. And when you're doing it, you're saying yes to yourself. And when you say no to something that isn't for you, that you feel it, you're like, no, it's not quite, maybe it's like one of these and it's not quite there. You are saying yes to yourself, which is a win. It's always a win. And it doesn't matter what it is. If you're just going, no, like I can't say that's a fuck yes. Okay, then if you're going by this standard I'm talking about, then it's a no. And I feel like, and once again, Kyle Cease talks about it, people can get used to, on that scale, maybe like, oh, well, I'll take this opportunity because it's good, but maybe it's mid-range or upper mid-range, but it's not a 9 or a 10. What would happen if we all went for those 10s? If we all went for like, fuck yes. Yep, across the board. And I remember I first heard about this from, I did courses, it was a strength and conditioning coach thing, like way back, years ago, top strength coach in the world, and that was his standard. He said if it's not a fuck yes, it's a fuck no. And I remember hearing that going, oh, must be nice. That's wild. And now it's like, well, why not? Like we get to decide. If you're watching this, you probably realize you are helping create. You are creating your reality. You get to decide. So if you just decide that's my standard now, what's going to show up for you? I think the biggest thing is it might feel uncomfortable that you're going, oh, yeah, but like I had a family member who recently a job popped up, and I think it was what it didn't go through. Maybe it would have been around $80,000 or something. But for how hard this person works, I said, 100% you deserve 100 or more. You 100% deserve that for the amount of effort you put in. And when he didn't get it, that was the first thing I thought of. Like that was a blessing. You are going to get so much better than what you were hoping that was going to be. It's going to be so much higher, so much more joy, and it might be different. So I'm going to end it there. Comments, questions down below. I want to hear some feedback on this. Are you doing this? Are you following what makes you happy? And it can be moment to moment, day by day. That's what I want to delve into a little more, because I love happiness and like learning what makes people tick and happy. Because I think that quality of life is something we should all emphasize. And I mean, that can be anything. When I talk about joy and happiness, I mentioned another video with manifestation. Even if you're looking at homes and things like that, one person could be incredibly happy in a mansion, another person could be happy living in a camper, another person could be happy in a townhouse or an apartment. They could be happy sharing it, like having roommates. If it lights them up above and beyond, by all means, more power to you. If that's what makes you happy, go for it. What is it that does it for you? Not person beside you, not keeping up with the Joneses, not what you see on Instagram and them flashing what you should want this. You want this, right? What is it you want for your life? It could be something that's never been done before. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, I saw that there was a video the other day. There's a Starseed on YouTube talking about how the title I think was "I Hate It Here," and she was talking about being on Earth, and she had to create her whole new unique even career and everything to find her path of highest joy. I'm just saying, like, what is it you want to do? You could wear many hats in this life if that's your path of highest joy. Like, look at Joe Vitale. Anyone look him up for manifestation? And I mean, I don't know how many books the guy's written. Then he became a musician. He got really into exercise. Then he came out with like a sugar-free margarita mix. He just sees opportunities everywhere. It's just like, I'm going to do that. Because he was always finding that, like, well, that brings me joy. I want to do this. I want to do that. That's all I'm saying. So, down below, comments, questions, let me know what you think.